Oh my gosh. I run on coffee? I don't run on coffee. It's like how you pour the little extra container of that stuff into your gas tank that says that it makes your car run better, but you don't actually know. That's essentially what coffee is for me. Okay? I've got ADHD. As it turns out, caffeine does not really affect people with ADHD exactly the same, or at least a lot of people doesn't really affect. Like, I'm not gonna get hyper. I just really like the taste. And it sort of helps my mind from jumping all over the place. So, yeah, it helps me focus a little bit more. It's blast processing for cars. Ugh, Crappy, take us away. Oh, let's see which door Crappy's gonna walk through. No! No, not all of the doors. Crappy, why? Why would you do that? Well, you know what? I think I know somebody else who likes doors. It's Corndan. Corndan, come here! Do. Corndan, Corndan. Corndan, get in the game. Corndan, hey there, Corndan. Hey.
Somebody wants to walk to more doors.
More doors? I'm gonna walk through more doors.
Hold on, bro. Whatever reason, I'm not hearing you on Discord.
That's okay, because I'm hearing myself through Discord. I should probably fix that, actually. No. Yeah, hello, Corndan. Yada. You know what? Oh, we could say whatever we want about Corndan until he can hear us. What do I say? Corndan is big giant bird butt. Has big giant bird butt.
I agree. Oh, I agree.
You agree? Uh-oh. Hey.
I should be able to hear you now, I think.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
I think
You know,
I heard...
Windows updates mess with your sound settings. That's just how it is.
Yeah, it does. Every single time. I swear.
Well, and my sound settings are more messed up than most people's because of just the way I have it arranged. Especially now, because I have a virtual pinball machine right behind me, which you can probably hear Minicorn playing.
Yeah, I heard Minicorn saying I agree, and I thought that he was just talking to us. So I'm like, yeah, I agree as well. Corndan is a giant bird butt.
For Christmas, we got the family at Games Legends pinball machine. It's like the perfect height for it. And
okay.
I got it on sale. And we picked up there's some game packs for it that you can't like get on anything else. And the one he's playing right now is Arkanoid. Like the old arcade game, right? Taito turned it into a pinball machine.
Oh,
and
really?
He's really excited by it. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, but you can only get it for this the Games Legends. But it's really good. Anyway, let's actually talk real games, right?
Are you sure this is a real game?
Well, it was a prototype. Okay. It existed at least in one form. Was it ever released? And the answer is no.
That's fine.
Right.
I like those.
But it is complete. We have had it on Kusog7ande before, and let's be honest, everyone wants more Robocop anyway.
Yeah, Robocop GBA, everybody. Corndan was like, I'm feeling nice. Let's give a Robocop prototype.
I'm feeling nice.
You know, dang it.
It's honestly, legitimately, it's honestly the best Robocop game that's ever been on Kusog7ande. Like, no lie, full stop.
I know.
And so it almost feels like, why is this a round 4, match? And the answer is because I feel nice today. And you know what? We haven't had Robocop in a while, and I thought everybody would like to start off the new year with some Robocop, except I couldn't open, I've opened up rounds 1, 2, and 3. I couldn't do it this year because it's robotic season, and I had to deal with robotic stuff yesterday morning. So instead you get Robocop today.
I mean, we start with Top Gun. That was the important thing that we had. Top Gun.
That's true. We did stop with Top Gun. Yeah. But I don't have another Top Gun game. I could give the NES one. That's just very mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asking. Let's stick to Robocop. Let's not talk about. Yeah, I will as soon as I first remember. Thank you, Corndan. And second, actually, I'll just do it now. Yeah.
But I do expect that there's a good possibility. We're gonna play on hard. There's still a good possibility we might see a completion, right? And we're gonna see them get pretty far. I mean, in all honesty, we're gonna see them get pretty far.
That's good to know. Yeah, so everybody, there will be a little corn child in the background occasionally.
Yep, and I am not about to stop it. You all keep telling me you want more mini corn, and so I'm giving you more mini corn.
It's true. We want more
He's
mini
just
corn.
not on with me.
That's fine. I think it's great corn.
I did have him on my personal stream about a week ago. So playing Super Mario 3.
Ooh, a good choice. Yeah, that was his
Because
first time playing Mario, right?
Yeah, I was trying to set up. He's played Mario Maker. I was trying to set up my Mister and everything for streaming, and so I just gave him the controller, put on Mario 3, and let him go to town. We did not make it out of 1-1 in an hour, by the way.
Honestly,
But it didn't matter. He laughed the entire time.
That's great. Honestly, I was thinking a lot about Mario 3 lately because it's kind of surprising, like compared to other games out there. Like Mario levels tend to be, there's less of a, I don't know, ramp of difficulty. It's very gradual, at least with the way that difficulty works in Mario. Until you get to like worlds like 7 and 8. Yeah. Mario 3, of course, like as soon as you get to the sky levels, I think that's when it becomes a little bit of a pain. I love the giant world though, like where everything is huge.
World 4 is really good.
World 4 is the best. It was the ice land, I think, that really threw me off when I was a kid.
World 6.
Yeah, World 6. It's a bit of a pain, but it's also really good. I still think Mario 3 might be my favorite Mario of all time. It's really high up there.
Honestly, between 3 different Mario games, partly because of when they showed up in my life and the experiences with them. Right, Mario 3 as a kid was for sure my favorite Mario, like NES Mario. But it's torn kind of between that and Super Mario World.
Yeah, Super Mario World is huge for me.
You know, when that came out, I was like 8, right? And so, you know, kind of my formative years with like video games and stuff, like Super Mario World did.
Yeah, I actually beat Super Mario World as a kid and beat the Star Road so that I could see the funny pumpkin sprites, which I love. Yeah. They're great.
But I think, you know, from like an experience standpoint, right? And it has less to do with the game and more to do with circumstance, right? Is Mario Galaxy.
Okay.
Right, because we got the Wii when it came out for Christmas, and it was the first year that my wife and I were married.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we spent, you know, and I was still a grad student and she wasn't making much money. So we spent a lot of nights on the couch when that was together, playing Mario Galaxy together.
Yeah.
And, right, so the experiences with that are, I think, more important than how good the game was.
I think I would agree, although Mario Galaxy is still a really good game.
It's very good. But the experience of doing all of that together with the co-op like thing and all of that, right, was wonderful.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh my gosh. Well, everybody, we have options. Well, no, this game isn't options. This is Robocop. Jeez, this is a really crappy title screen, let me tell you. By the way, the players are going to be taking 1 hour to try to make as much progress through this game as they can. Whoever does takes first place, and will likely be heading to the bracket, though. I think that with the scores here...
It's a 19-20... Okay. The 19-20 match, so whoever takes place is either going to be in the tiebreaker or make it through, because I don't remember who's 19 and who's 20 in this, right?
Oh, yeah.
And everybody else will not make it.
Oh my gosh. With that said, giving a game that you say is one of the best Robocop games
I think it is the best Robocop game that we've had on GDQ.
Better than the NES prototype?
Better than the NES prototype.
I love that the only good Robocop game is a prototype.
And that was Robocop versus Terminator. And this is better than that, yes.
Okay. Everybody, we get Robocop prototype. Yes, all of the players are ready. I need all y'all to get your science fiction Robocop emotes, anything dealing with robots, cops, Robocops, guns, what else? What else, corndan?
Robots.
Okay.
Guns.
Anime girls are kind of robots. Sure.
I mean, you know, why not?
Xandra? I don't think Xandra's a Robocop.
But Xandrabot might be a robot.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I forgot about that one. That is scary.
Right, I can't say for sure.
Well, yeah, spam those emotes because as soon as I see movement in the first stage, we will get going. And holy cow, here we are in stage 1.
So we can already talk about one of my favorite things about this. Like jumping is the speed tech in this game, right? But you can tell how much care they actually put into this. Like, look at the Robocop animation. It is wonderful.
It's great, yeah. So here we go. We've got all of the players going. Kalen's stream was a little bit behind everybody else's, and that is completely fine. I've got it going. We're good. Ugh. Yeah, this is actually fun looking.
The real honest truth here is, even kind of on hard, right? You can just kind of face tank your way through a lot of the level stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what the players are. At least Concave is trying that right now, and that's usually a good idea. When it comes to Game Boy Advance games, they tend to be a little bit easier than other games, except for the bus that just ran Robocop over the school bus.
So here's the thing, you get 1 life, but it's super generous on health. Like it, you know, it shows you at 5 health, but each one of those is really like 3 hits.
Okay.
Right? So it's actually fair, or 6 health, but it's actually right. So you can actually take a lot of damage as Robocop, which I think is like the most realistic like Robocop.
Yeah.
Right? Because Robocop like should be able to take a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, Robocop's not a glass cannon. He's like an actual cannon. And can you shoot a cannon and make it stop working? Maybe, but it takes a lot of bullets. Like a lot of bullets.
I'm saying this is Data East Arcade Robocop GBAIs, and that's kind of true, but not really. The game definitely takes that same feel, and then Titus just ruins it.
I love this school bus fight. This is like the best.
The stupidest fight, because you can just stand on the car.
I mean, stand on the car, but there's also the bus driver, like, trying to shoot you while he's driving the bus. What the heck? I love this. This is actually pretty funny. And Robocop, you know, it's a parody. Parody? Yeah, it's a parody. Satire. Parody satire, yeah.
It's also a Jesus allegory.
Well, yeah. I mean, Jesus parody allegory.
Like, legitimately, I'm not even, like, making that up, right? The Robocop movie is a Jesus allegory.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of those in Western media.
Confirmed by the director.
I love it. Well, everybody,
yeah,
go ahead.
The other thing I want to point out that when you get to the second, you know, any other level, which is Nyalitu is there, right? They're on level 2. You have to pick up your gun again. Like, why? I don't know, but you do.
Maybe you dropped it.
I don't know.
I mean,
you can also get.
Pick up a leaf.
I hear pinball action going on there. I love
it. Let's go.
Yeah. Somebody in chat said, aren't all stories Jesus allegories? If you really squint and you are, like, part of Western civilization, then sure. But you have to do a lot of squinting.
If you're a member of Opus Dei, everything's a Jesus allegory, and we still don't like it.
Okay, well, I think everybody is starting to get the hang of this. Now, you said that there are no lives. There are continues. Are there limited continues?
There are continues. There are limited continues.
Okay. But you said that we're probably still going to see a lot of progress.
I think so, right? I mean, there's
Eh,
like even hard, like the game. I would say in general, the game is not completely unforgiving. Like it, right? It's fair, you know. It's also not necessarily 100% nice, but it is fair. It's you know, there's not a lot of BS like hitboxes or anything like that you just look at and be like, I disagree with this. You know, you can still say it's kind of crap, but you know, in the end, it's still not too bad.
Yeah, that's
Kalenenocht has also just made it to second level. So, but
Yeah.
so like if you get really kind of good at feeling this out, yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty sure we'll see a completion.
Cool.
Or at least get really close. We will see a lot of progress. They're not going to be like super stuck on anything here.
By the way, one thing I love about media, it's actually really fun to look to see like what kind of religious influence goes into movies, whether they're being satire and such. But I love seeing Japan's take on Christianity.
Oh, because none of it makes sense?
None of it makes sense, and it's way, like, not even on the nose. They're, like, bashing your head in with it. I know.
Look,
I got to reference JoJo, okay, because literally a character has a piece of rock fall on top of him in the shape of a cross, killing him. I'm not even kidding you.
Did you know that giant robots explode in crosses?
Oh wait, yeah, I watched that. Evangelion, not so subtle now, are you? Yeah.
Except they interviewed the director Hideki Anno about it. He's just like, I don't know, I thought crosses were cool. Well, like, so it is absolutely not a Christian allegory or anything. He just thought crosses were cool.
That's about right. Like, honestly, that's what Western culture is like way used to doing. We're not used to other cultures doing it to us. And honestly, if we're gonna just take random Japanese kanji and get tattoos with them, they can go ahead and just throw crosses in whatever they want. It's fine.
Why not?
Yeah, I approve. Hashtag
Anyway,
approved.
Nyalito's made it to stage 3. Everybody else is on stage 2, I
Yeah.
believe.
This music is pretty good. I love when the robot arm grabs Robocop and lifts him into the air. That's cute. He kind of just flails a little bit. You know, if I had a little Robocop, I'd probably pick him up and, like, make him fly and he'd just wiggle a little bit. Woo! Oh, jeez. If I were a giant, okay, like Jack and the Beanstalk type giant, I would definitely play with my food before I ate it.
Well, that is not a lead change, but a change. Jakazam has moved into second place
Very nice. Good job, Jakazam.
with a very quick climb up that construction tower.
I love how slow you walk, but how fast you jump. It's ridiculous. Oh, these posters, that's right. We're seeing the... You gave them the American version, right? Because I think these posters are edited.
I don't know. I literally pulled out the prototype that I believe was in the Giga League.
Okay. Actually,
From
maybe
years
they're...
ago.
Never mind. This was never released. Why would they do an
Yeah,
edit?
it was never real.
Dream. She's so happy, though. Oh my gosh. It's bringing back memories of driving through certain stretches of a freeway.
Anywhere in America?
Every single, like, 10 billboards in a row being about the same freaking thing. And, you know, at times they got creative enough that they actually switched stuff around, and at other times, oh no, it's just literally the exact same billboard 10 times in a row. And I'm like, how can you keep doing this? How? So you gotta stop. We gotta stop them. But then you
Yeah, you
can't
don't.
because I don't got the money. I can't buy a billboard right now. I mean, Maybe I can. I don't know. I don't know how much a billboard costs. Maybe a sucky billboard. I probably couldn't.
I know, maybe you could. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe like if they're getting desperate, they're like, this billboard has been empty for 5 years. Well, give us like a McDonald's burger and we'll go ahead and put it up. Then maybe I could afford it, you know? People are saying billboards for Kusog7ande. You know, it would be really kind of funny if we got to the point where we could put a billboard up, because I would totally put crap on it. But maybe crappy.
I mean, crappy is our billboard.
I would see what we could get away with.
So Nyalitu's on like stage 5. This one, from I remember the last time we had this on here, this kind of was the first sort of real wall. It's kind of mazy and it's kind of a pain, and there's a lot more enemies. You take a lot of health, so it's probably the first time in the game you really have to worry about health management.
Yeah, I would presume that we're probably going to see at least one, or actually probably everybody will get a game over.
A lot of game.
Yeah, this stage would probably be a fine place, because then, you know, they'll at least know this is the wall. As soon as I get here, I need to start slowing down and, you know, conserving health. Wait, Automod didn't like the word scumbag?
Apparently not.
Automod, come on.
Automod likes and doesn't like the weirdest stuff.
I love it. Like, Automod is the best. No, Automod isn't the best. Our real mods in chat are better than Automod. Hey, love y'all, mods. Now, somebody was trying to explain why it may have been blocked, and you cannot type.
Just worse.
Do not type your explanation in Twitch, because then Automod will get you, and we'll approve that. Okay? Yeah.
We blocked that one.
Yeah. Beware, chat. No explaining Automod. That's only for commentators. Especially the tater kind. Speaking of that, where's Okami? Oh, Okami's busy over at MagFest, along with a lot of other people. GDQ's going on. It's a hopping time.
You know, I'm surprised people wanted to compete today. I figured I'd open it up. If people signed up for it, we'd do it. And a lot of people, we actually had more people sign up for Sunday than we did yesterday.
Really?
Right? And I figured with GDQ and MagFest and all of that going on.
Yeah.
Right? It was pretty awesome, actually.
We're going to be rating GDQ after this, so that that gets off of my conscience. Because, yeah, most of the time I'm like, no streams during GDQ, but now it's like, hey, this is my job. I kind of got to do it.
Unless Bro says otherwise, I think we're taking at least Saturday off this week.
Yeah, we're going to take Saturday off, unless I do my own thing. Yeah, no, don't make us bored. I might do, like, Dwarf Fortress or something, or maybe play through the weekly challenge that we have over on the Kusog7ande Discord. By the way, yeah, Corndan, I just started doing something new on Wednesday because I felt like it might be a good idea, and I took 5 minutes to plan it, and we'll see if it consumes the rest of my life. We're doing a weekly challenge. Yeah.
Guys,
honestly,
I saw it and I have not done it.
The weekly challenge until Wednesday night. The challenge is to beat Baby Moses on Bible Adventures, the NES version, under 3 minutes. We've already had a few people clear it. Whoever does, I'll enter them into a random drawing to get a gift sub here, and we'll... Exactly, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make silly noises, and then we'll draw a winner, and you'll get a gift sub. So, yeah, if you sort of want to do And I'm trying to make the challenges a little bit more reasonable that people can complete them in an hour or two. You know, that's a continue for Nyalitu, yeah.
But only like 3 hits left on the boss. So right now, Jakazam has made it to the boss with a lot of health. So there could be a lead change
I think Jakazam is going to kill the boss, yeah.
Maybe.
Honestly, damage race might be the best way to go about this.
No, No, it's not.
Oh, it's not?
No, you kind of just because like he's gonna throw those grenades, they do a lot of damage. So if you don't like play that out,
there we go.
So, right, you're gonna lose the damage race every time.
Okay, that makes sense. It looks like Jakazam is through. Moving on to the next area, Jakazam moves into the lead, and honestly, I'm not too surprised. Jakazam has been in the bracket before. She's had a bit of a rough start with Kusog7ande this year, but if she takes
sometimes,
oh yeah, you never really know. It you know, guess what? You get a game that you've never played before. Will it work for you? I don't know. Is it going to be a platformer? Because we tend to have a decent amount of platformers on Kusog7ande, but a lot of the times we like to change it up and go with different styles of games. So if you are a pro at platformers, you may suddenly find yourself running into an issue where, uh-oh, this is a genre I am not good at. And yeah, whenever I get a game in a tournament that's not a platformer, I'm like, oh, there's a chance I'm gonna win. And that's what happened with Mystery Tournament this last week, corndan. I got the firefighters.
What's
the
funny
firemen.
is I feel like part of the reason I did well on Grudge Match was because Sharif is not good with platformers or roguelikes. So I was able to use some of that to my advantage.
Yeah, looking at what Jakazam got, first one was Knuckle Joe for arcade, a fighting game. Second game that Jakazam got was Journey for arcade, which I would also argue is not a platformer. So we got a fighting game on whatever Journey is. And then Snulf 3 and Nulf. Jakazam has had a lot of non-platformers.
That's totally a platformer, though.
No, it's a golf game. You golf with tails.
It's a golf platformer.
You're not allowed to platform. You're oh my gosh. I don't know. Chat, what do y'all think? Actually, let's put up a poll. I'm gonna put up a poll. Hey, chat. Poll time.
It is still a golf game, but I will argue it is also a platformer on top of that. All right, ConcaveDown is one hit left on the boss, and has to continue.
Well, there we go. I'm asking.
No, I just saw the game that's coming next.
Chat, you will decide if Snulf is a platformer right now with your votes.
I want to point out, I'm watching this poll, and chat's agreeing with me.
Dang it! How can you agree with it? Golfing is not platforming, it's golfing.
No, but it is a platformer in addition to being a golf game.
I mean, I will go with whatever chat says, I guess.
It is still 100% a golf game. All right, so Nyalitu's back at the boss. Right, trying the damage race that, and I don't think it's going very well.
Okay, so chat has decided Snulf is officially a platformer. Thank you, everybody, for proving me wrong. But I will go with your decision, and I will say that it is a platformer. Somebody says it's an RPG because it's a role-playing game, and that's just... You're just rubbing it in now.
It is a role-playing game.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and message Kaylin because it looks like the stream is back. Okay, I guess I don't need to then. Okay, yeah, this is... I'm unsure if this is better than the NES Robocop versus Terminator prototype. That one was really good.
I actually do think this one's better.
You walk so slow, you have to jump all the time.
Yep. So where Jakazam is on this, right, is also kind of a pain. Right. This is where people also got stuck like during the last time we played this.
Look, one of the things about Robocop is that he doesn't jump. If he's going to move up or down, he uses rockets and jetpacks. Like, okay,
so just assume he's got the rocket boots that that Samus has.
that makes sense. If Samus can have him, why not Robocop? I like that. And Inspector Gadget had them.
Yeah.
Robocop's like more machine than Gadget.
The chat is asking, have we ever had Xbox Robocop on here? And the answer is no, because we don't have an Xbox game in or an Xbox emulator in our package. It's also kind of a pain, right? At least it used to be kind of a pain to emulate. So we just never really considered it. You know, there has been talk of trying to get the GameCube version, right? And Dolphin, because Dolphin runs kind of on a potato, honestly.
Okay. Honestly, at this point, you know, we've generally had games that were about PS1 and before eras when it comes to consoles, but we're getting to the point where I feel like it's time to really start, right? Like, for me, that like it's been long enough that the PS2 era is probably about fine for us to start bringing
I don't necessarily think that's the case. One thing I've learned as a GM and the guy who ends up like solving everyone's tech issues on the show, right, is that
PS2 era, not PS2.
No. But even that, like, GameCube maybe, right?
Yeah.
No, Dolphin basically runs on a potato.
Yeah.
But like PS2 emulators, Xbox emulators, stuff like don't always run well within the spectra of what we're playing on, right? There are people who have literally, like, OBS barely runs, right?
Yeah.
And can still compete in Kusog7ande, right? Like on netbooks and stuff like that. We've literally had people play on netbooks.
Yeah, and I prefer things to be like as accessible for a wide variety of people for Kusog7ande as possible.
So it's really right. So until we get to the point that like the PS2 emulators and stuff like that are basically set up that you can run them on like netbooks and stuff, right?
Yeah.
We're probably not going to see them in Kusog7ande.
By the way, people are asking who is currently in the lead. I do see
Jakazam is in the lead.
Yeah, Jakazam is currently in the lead, although Kalen is like right there as well. It's very close between these two players.
Right, both of them are on level 6.
There's going to be a new Robocop game this June? Ooh, I'm excited.
Jakazam has made it to the boss. I haven't seen the boss on Kalenenocht on our screen yet. Right, but Jakazam's made it there, and Jakazam got the boss down to 1 hit. So Jakazam, Kalenenocht, ConcaveDown, who got down to 1 hit on the boss on the previous level. And then Nyalitu, who's made it to like a couple hits left.
Yeah.
Right, so they're all kind of together. We still got like 40 minutes. It's...
Yeah, we've got tons of time. Oh, I remember the plane in this because it looks so cartoony to me. Like the first time I saw it,
it looks like Metal Slug.
It does look like Metal Slug. Yeah, I would say that like I have probably said literally everything I'm going to say before. That like this is kind of a shame this game never came out.
It has its flaws, right? There's definitely some things, like if I were going to go like improve it, right? That I would do, right? Like you can't lock Robocop. If you want to aim diagonally, guess what? You're walking.
Yeah.
And it really sucks. Hit detection's not always the greatest. And ways of dealing with some of the enemies is not always the greatest. So I think that, right, like, you know, its challenges are in literally how it deals with Robocop, right? You know, I think especially if you watch it the next time Jakazam gets to the boss, right? This is her last continue, I think.
Yeah.
And you'll watch her fire rockets because of the hit detection that just go straight through like this helicopter, and you're like, well, that's a load of crap.
By the way, I want everybody to know that bringing up the Xbox game now, I didn't realize, corndan, that was a threat because that was made by Titus. And
so is this.
Wait, how the crap is every Titus game that's unreleased better than anything that they actually released? How do they do this? I hate it.
I don't know.
Titus.
So my guess is legitimately here, right? Right on this game, that this should have probably come out about the same time as the Xbox version, the PC version.
Yeah.
And both of those, like the Robocop license is still probably pretty expensive. Because just it's Robocop, right?
I think I would agree, yeah.
And so I don't believe that the Xbox or the PC versions really made a lot of money.
And so they're like, cancel the GBA version. It's
because
GBA
it's just
the
not
best.
out yet.
What the crap?
Right, but here's the thing: like you've done the development work, but there's still a lot of other costs, like all the printing costs,
the marketing, and the printing, actually getting it out to reviewers so they can try it.
Yeah, like so there's a lot still like at this point that a lot of sunk costs. So if you just like you know what. It's not working out, right? Let's just like, fix all of that and be done with it. You know what I mean? Just drop it, so you can kind of get, I think that's the impetus for at least some of these, like full games that just never get released.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're just like, if like going into it, like, hey, like, the Robocop stuff, like on the better systems, didn't pan out, right? I'm probably not gonna get my money back on this, right? So just cut bait and be done.
Yeah. I'm seeing, by the way, that like.
Okay, so ConcaveDown is now on the boss.
Okay.
Right? Now see, ConcaveDown is kind of smart, like because you can just hit them a lot with the like the machine gun. But you can see there, like the rocket for Jakazam does a massive amount of damage. Just doesn't necessarily always connect with the helicopter, even though it's very clearly going through it.
Yeah. That hitbox needs a little bit of an adjustment. I think you have to hit the guy in the helicopter in order to deal damage.
Well, so ConcaveDown and Jakazam are basically at the same point. ConcaveDown is technically like a couple seconds ahead.
Holy cow, this is so close. The biggest thing, though, that the players need to keep in mind is that, like, they only have limited continues. So if you make it this far, you really don't want to go back to the beginning of the game unless you do it like right now.
And that's a big thing right now because Jakazam is on her last continue, right? ConcaveDown has already had to work his way back, right? So when we're talking about who has what now, Jakazam has continues or has no continues right now. So ConcaveDown has the advantage. Right, in this respect, and I don't know why Jakazam has sit here and pause. I guess she's.
Sometimes you need to stand up and go do something. Give your hands a little bit of a break. By the way, everybody, we do allow turbo for every game in Kusog7ande. We do not want people to hurt their hands. And if it looks like it's going to be a game during your control test that requires a lot of button presses, and you are free to map turbo and see if that would help you out.
In this particular case, you can just hold down the button and it will fire.
Oh, okay. So it's got auto fire, so you don't need turbo. It has built-in turbo.
Yep.
Sweet. See, chat? You're saying you need turbo for this. You already got it. You got it, chat. Whoa!
So the difference between the machine gun that Jakazam and ConcaveDown have and like the pistol that Kalenenocht and Nyalitu have right now is just fire rate.
I'm trying to remember if, like, Inspector Gadget is also somebody who, like, had his body horribly, like, destroyed and he was rebuilt. And he just became a little bit more of a doofus.
Sometimes you just need to be a doofus.
I like the doofus. He's a good doofus. Maybe more of a dingus than a doofus.
So this is another spot that, right, I mean, Jakazam and ConcaveDown have basically kept, like, neck and neck, right, this whole level. Jakazam's a little bit ahead, but we're not talking by much.
Uh-oh. I found an Inspector Gadget fan theory that Dr. Claw is the real original Inspector Gadget, seeking to take down the company that replaced him with an identical robot after he suffered an accident. Oh, no. Could that be true? It's a fan theory. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and not look for Inspector Gadget facts on Fan Theories Wiki. Let's get out of there. Maybe he was more like Fox McCloud, who was like, you know, in order to fly a plane, better if they chop my legs off, so let's do this. That way, the blood didn't go into his legs and he didn't pass out, you know?
I mean, maybe.
So, that's actually literally why Fox in Star Fox has the metal legs, I think. It's literally, I think, why. I don't know if that's actually completely true, but that's the theory I've been told many times.
You know what would make this game so much better, though?
What?
You know, having to find Nuke and all those
not better
drug dealers and the guys who turn kids into dope dealers.
I love it. Okay, so
we're getting kind of close to the end of the game ish, right? And I don't expect Jakazam to pass this, just because I expect that she'll, right, eventually, you know, have to continue, and that means she'll be going back to level 1.
Yeah. Okay, so the creator of Star Fox said that Star Fox's legs were not amputated, and that's just a fan theory. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say they're just boots. Yeah, and Miyamoto even said that Star Fox still has legs. So if you want Star Fox to be drawn without boots on for some reason, you're allowed to do that. You don't have to show...
I thought for a second you said that you were allowed to have Star Fox be drawn without boobs.
No, I mean, you're also allowed to do that. You do not have to put boobs on Star Fox. I was gonna say, if you want Star Fox feet pics, he still has them, okay?
Anyway.
You got a kid in the background there. Let's move on.
Probably not even the weirdest he's heard from me today.
Oh, yeah, probably not.
I mean, I'm not swearing or anything, just probably the weird, you know, not the weirdest he's heard all day.
Yeah, welcome, everybody. Sometimes parents are pretty cool. But they also say weird things.
Turns out parents are idiots too.
Oh, yeah. So I've heard from a lot of people who became parents, they're like, you know, as a kid, you're like, wow, my parents know everything. And then when you're a parent for the first time, you're like, oh my God, my parents knew nothing. Well, I know nothing.
For a long time, it was worse for us, right, on that. Because we didn't know.
What happened?
And I'm not going to tell the whole story, right? I don't. But we didn't know that we were going to have a kid until 2 weeks beforehand. We had no time to get ready or do anything.
Whoa.
We're just.
Oh my gosh, some people are really, like, I'm not going to say pro at hiding it, but some people just don't look pregnant.
My wife was a pro, right? And she didn't really know.
No, Jakazam fell 2 floors. Oh,
yep,
no.
You can do that.
Dang elevator.
So
yeah, it happens.
Fortunately, we had 2 weeks, right, to figure. But so that meant like there's no classes, there's no figuring it out, there's no really getting ready for what's going to happen, right? And so early on in his life, right, there was a lot that we just didn't know, right, to do. Like we were working in the now. I mean, we have friends and family and support and all of that. Like,
oh yeah.
Clearly, Mini Corn is great, right? He's an awesome kid. Everybody loves him because he's wonderful. You know, so we have done like all of the right things.
Yeah, that honestly, it sounds like a pretty intimidating thing to suddenly find out, hey, we're gonna have a child in 2 weeks. Holy moly. And so to actually be able to like
and it wasn't
get
even
along,
that
that's
we
really
knew,
nice.
Like the due date, that was when we found out things, right?
Yeah.
So the due date was still a little bit of a surprise. Right, and there's a crazy story with it that I'm not going to tell.
Yeah, and everybody, just so you know, I always tell people human bodies are weird, and Justin, for a little while, or for quite a while, he's like, that's just an excuse that you say. And I'm like, no, bodies are weird, everybody's different. And it's basically true. Hello, doctors out there in the world. You better agree with me because bodies are weird.
One thing I will say is we have like the best pediatrician, right? He's just like, call me even if you want to talk some of this through. Like, I'm happy to tell you like what you have to worry about, what you don't. Anyway, but going on with that, both Jakazam and ConcaveDown are both on the same level. Jakazam is a couple floors ahead. Where Jakazam is a pretty tough, right, jump, because you kind of got to jump.
Yeah, what is this
right
jump?
And it's not great.
It looks like ConcaveDown is probably getting a little bit close to this jump as well.
Yeah, this and this is another one of those spots. I believe the last time we had this on Kusog7ande that we kind of had this wall at for a while.
Oh yeah, come on, do the jump, do the jump.
And you kind of got to get like right on the edge because it looks so. The thing here is they do like some of like the forced perspective things here, right? And so it looks like you actually have more room than you really do, right? You actually have to gauge where you jump, right? From the front part of it, right? Not the back part.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're sitting in the middle of it, right? You like anything to the left.
Only pay attention to like the front rectangle of the platform.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And so ConcaveDown's going to get there in just a second.
That's a. I'm going to go ahead and say that if that is the worst part of this game, still
I don't know if it's
amazing.
The worst part, but it's definitely one of the crappier parts of this game, right?
Okay, now you're speaking my language. I like it.
So it's just like, and all of that's just super annoying too.
Yeah. Not only that, but like Robocop doesn't seem to jump very high.
No, Robocop jumps really bad. It's this really weird triangle jump.
Yeah. Okay, I'm starting to agree with some of the flaws that you've been talking about.
Yeah, like, but 100%, it is absolutely like. Overall, I still kind of like this game.
Oh, Jakazam made the jump.
Yep. But you saw how she like snuck up on it.
Yeah, she
and that's basically what you have to do.
But I think ConcaveDown maybe made it first.
ConcaveDown made it first, yeah.
Oh my gosh, this match is so close.
Like, that's how close they are. Right, and think about it.
It's good.
Kalenenocht and Nyalitu are both on Area 6, right? So they're both not that far behind. We've got 20 minutes left. Anybody can still get through this.
Yeah. Corndan, this game is surprisingly fun to have. I'm glad that, like, we get to experience prototypes here. Everyone, you know, Kusog7ande, we call it the Bad Video Game Tournament. We've actually been going back and forth. Is that what we, like, what it is? I feel like it's the easiest way to explain what we do here, but it also includes a wide variety of obscure games. I'd definitely say we're almost more the obscure.
Well, I think we're flawed, right? Like every game. You know, when people talk about the best games that they see on Kusog7ande, right, that they have liked, it's always been games that could have been good, but.
It's true.
Right. So now let's talk about this boss, because this boss is the most annoying thing here. I guarantee Jakazam is going to have to go back to level 1 after this. So this boss is really tough. So before you can attack the boss, right?
You have to kill all the dudes.
You have to kill all the dudes.
Jakazam killing them, though. Yeah, ConcaveDown died. Jakazam now officially hurting the boss, and the boss is down. Corndan, you were wrong.
Yep.
I love when you've been proven wrong.
Yeah,
yes.
I know, I love it too, because we get to show off more of this, because I think when we played this the first time, we got to this stage right here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, really close to the end.
Yeah. We didn't see very much past this. I don't know what's coming up.
I'm always excited by this, right? Like, you know, I love being proven wrong on these sort of things, because it's seriously like, hey, you know, like all these things are new and different, and the people who you thought would have trouble, right, sometimes don't. You know, where you think things would be, right, trouble sometimes aren't, even though they probably should be.
Oh, yeah. And here's the deal, everybody. From what I can see, Jakazam does have 20 points. And if she wins, she gets that 30-point score. She seals the deal. She's in the bracket.
Right, with as many people as we had this year, it was about the same, a little bit less, maybe even after some of the dropouts, than Kusog7ande 6. So I'm fully expecting we're going to see a 29-point tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So getting 30 points, right, is actually really important.
Yeah, of course. You know, I've been saying it seals the deal. 29 and 30 points, those are generally the point differences that determine whether or not you make it in. If for some reason we had more people hit the 30-point mark than 32, because only 32 people make it into the bracket, then we would be having the point, 30 points be the tiebreaker. But like, it looks like it's probably going to be 30 points you're in.
So let's couch that with the fact that what I do as a day job, right? My day job is I'm a statistician, and I definitely would not do something like pull out the tools at work, right, to see what our most likely breakpoint is with where we were at from round 3. I would never do anything like that and then simulate it like a million times. Right, so the most likely thing that's going to happen is 29 points.
You nerd. You're a nerd.
Look, I want you to know, Internet Dirigible saying you did play Batman Arcade for 15 minutes as a tiebreaker, and it was a sad affair. I'm not going to lie.
Jakazam, no! Oh, one continue left, thank goodness.
Right. Like, that Batman tiebreaker has honestly been, like, no lie, my very favorite tiebreaker we have ever done.
Yeah, I vaguely...
You got to do it.
I vaguely remember Batman.
We got to do it on people's own time, right? Which was nice for scheduling, because, you know, trying to get a whole bunch of people. And that year, like, it was a lot. You know, we had a lot of people at 29. So, you know, we had to go through a lot, right? And it was going to be like 6 or 7 matches, right?
Oh, yeah.
If we didn't do it this way. So we ended up actually saving time doing it.
Yeah, I actually do remember we had all the recorded videos. We went back and played them. One thing that I do worry about when we do something like that is that just because of the order that you put games in sometimes for a show, it can be a little bit predictable for who is going to take the victory. So I really try to just like remove that predictability. Yeah.
I thought it worked out pretty well last year, right, for that. So that's probably as far as we're going to see Jakazam get. We might see more, right, from that. You know, I think she can get back to where she was at in like 20 minutes. So, right, the stream to watch now is ConcaveDown.
For sure.
So, ConcaveDown could surpass Jakazam in the time left. Kalenenocht could too, right? If Kalenenocht gets past the helicopter.
Yeah.
That there's enough in all of this.
Yeah.
That I think those two could. I think it's possible, but it would be tough for Nyalitu to make it there in the time that's left.
Honestly, it's probably going to come down to whether or not Concave can beat this level.
More likely than not, right? But I'm not going to rule out Kalenenocht because with the amount of time that's left, she could do it. But what I think, you know, out of this is Jakazam did do a better job of health management, right? And I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah, she did.
So we'll see how it goes with Concave. This boss is kind of a mess, right? Right, you know, as we've seen. So that could be the tipping point. If Concave gets through this boss here, then Concave stands a chance.
I think Concave has figured out how the boss works, though. Kill the dudes in the background. Yeah, these players are doing very well, and I'd like to say every year that we have Kusog7ande, it's like people are just getting better and better at learning various strategies. I gotta be honest, corndan. I myself have felt that I've improved over the years. I'm getting older, but I'm actually doing better at races these days because I actually pay attention to my own advice.
You know what I think some of it is, right? It's not even, and I've seen it in being older with other things too, right? I was reading it, actually, it was a really interesting article a couple months ago or something, right? On like brain development and everything.
Okay.
And that, you know, your brain is not as useful as you get older. But what your brain is really good at is knowing all those little tips and tricks and cheats and everything, right? That you didn't know when you were 20.
By the way, right, so ConcaveDown is on the level that matters. Just so everybody knows, that is the screen to watch right now. But yeah, that makes sense, corndan. Honestly, there are things that I do feel like I'm a little bit dumber about these days, but I'm at least aware of it, and a lot of those things that I'm a little bit dumber about don't really seem to matter quite as much.
So people are asking who's yelling in the background. It's my son. He's playing Arkanoid pinball.
Yeah, come on, let the kid play pinball.
But so I feel like and I'll use my, you know, stuff with Downwell, right? You know, on Friday, right?
Yeah, you did so well with that.
How it played, like I knew I don't have like fast fingers or anything anymore, right? I've got stupid fingers, you know. So right, but I could gauge like how the game was, you know, like how the game was playing, right? And so I could just I could get ahead of the game, and it felt better.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Jakazam is already back to level 3. She is really rushing to get back into this, and I think that is exactly what she should be doing. Concave, though, Concave could potentially move into first place here. Yeah, so
right around here is the...
Oh, into the pit. I think that's right where Jack is at. Oh,
it's the same pit.
Was it the same pit?
Yeah, I think Jakazam actually made it a little bit further. I think she fell into the second pit there the first time.
Oh my gosh. If so, Jakazam is still in the lead here. Yeah, I'm wondering
and
if
ConcaveDown
will jump back in. Yep.
Jakazam got there first. Right, like... So I'm not even gonna try for pixels. Like Jakazam did it first, and it's either that pit or the pit ahead, and either way she would be like in first.
Yeah, I would say like
Or done it twice.
we have judged matches based off of pixels, but we do believe Jakazam was in the second pit, not the first pit. Although I recall when it came to Swamp Thing for NES, we had a 1 pixel difference.
Yep.
And honestly, I think the only difference was that one player tried to jump over the pit and one player walked into the pit. And because of the sprite difference, the person who jumped had a 1 pixel advantage.
Yeah, and I'm not even trying for that. I can check on that, but they both fell in it like the exact same way, right? Like we can check it, but I don't think it's gonna be a
Boo 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 boo. That was a boo boo.
Boo, 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 boo. Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
thinking.
Trap.
All right, let's see.
All again.
Oh, Corndan, it makes me so happy. Like, seriously, I love to hear kids in the background. Like, it's perfect.
He's so good. All of you guys have asked for more of him. Well, now you're getting it.
Yeah. Jeez, I want to play Arkanoid Pinball and say boo, 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 boo.
I'll tell you what, like, seriously, it's good. I really like it.
Maybe I will later. I'll have to... I also need to look up videos of these virtual pinball tables that you're talking about because I love me some pinball. And I would get... What I'm happy about ConcaveDown, by the way, because he is playing through level 1 again. In my theory, the match is never over until it's over. It's always worth trying. You don't know if you're suddenly going to do so well that you skip 2 levels just because of how cool you are. We've had that happen. We've had people accidentally glitch past bosses before in certain games. You just never know until it's done.
I have an actual ruling for you.
Sure.
So regardless, the first time through, Jakazam fell in that first pit, but she fell into it from the other side. So even if you wanted to argue pixels, she still made more progress.
Gotcha. Yeah, that would make sense if you already made a little bit more progress to the right.
She made it over to the other side, turned around left, and fell down the pit.
I love it. Welcome to video games, everybody.
Jakazam, no matter how you want to look at it, is in the lead.
Yeah.
Right, by pixels, by time, by everything.
Oh my. Oh, my fucking popping.
So, the place to look right now, though, is Nyalitu. Even though Nyalitu's in 4th, right? You know, you still want a good showing. And that's going to be the next place for, you know, a place swap, right? Is if Nyalitu can beat this level, they'll come out ahead of Kalenenocht.
Yeah, honestly, you know, you don't have to come in first to feel good about how you did. Heck, you don't even have to come in 3rd to feel good about how you did. The important thing, just keep trying, and, you know, make it a close match. Make it so that your opponents have to fight. They can't see how far you made it, but you want to put the pressure on them every single time. And honestly, you know, I've played in multiple tournaments before. I do not necessarily do well when I play, but again, I finally won another mystery tournament match, and I actually had to think, you know, one of the things that I had to do was pay attention to level design and not follow my gut instinct, because that would have been going the exact incorrect direction, and instead follow what the level was trying to tell me to do, which honestly should have been obvious. There was a bright flashing arrow. It's just that I was for a while thinking maybe the arrows point at people to save and not the direction I need to go. No, what's the direction I need to go? It doesn't give a crap about the people to save. And so I had to sit back and rethink what I should do, rethink priorities, and that is what allowed me to like actually keep making progress instead of lose it.
So, Chad's asking how many points does ConcaveDown have, and it's 19. Right, everybody in here has either 19 or 20, which means one way or another, only one person is moving on from this match.
Yeah.
Oh, Spider-Man 3 Game Boy's been given a couple of times, right?
I love Spider-Man 3. It's been so long. Oh no, did I cause everything to fall down? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did, bro. I don't know what's.
It was my fault.
You.
Just a second.
Old dog. It's
Your timer stopped?
Let me pop it back. Okay, I grabbed one of the screens that I'm using and accidentally shook it, and it caused everything to minimize. And I don't know how to unminimize everything. So everything minimized, and I messed everything up. I hate that feature. Windows, there's probably a way to get rid of it, and I've never looked it up.
It's more than game. You will pay.
You will pay, indeed. That's what Robocop tells everybody here. You will pay, and also I will shoot you in the face. oh my gosh. But yeah, welcome to living life, setting up for the next game, and also sometimes having shaky hands. If you shake too much, too bad.
I mean, we got like 4 minutes left here. I don't think we're making. But in those 4 minutes, though, I mean, Jakazam might get really close to getting back to where she was.
Come on, you all can do it. You can win the games. I don't have faith in everybody right now, but I've got faith that they can still make a good push. For those who are asking, this is, in fact, an unreleased game. This was a prototype that is better than pretty much every single Robocop game, although I still think I might rather play the NES prototype that came out.
Well, that's... So this is the... You could even if you said that's better, this is the best pure RoboCop game, right? That's been made. Right, because the other one is RoboCop versus Terminator, which is also a good game.
Yeah, it's so ludicrous. Well, everybody, don't forget, later on after this match, we are going to be raiding GDQ. We will just spread love and good times. We have multiple people here, including Corndan, who will be playing in GDQ this year.
I will.
Yeah. Battle of the Airs is going to be awesome. I love that in the pre-show, they actually mentioned Yolanda as well. I'm really excited for Flannel Cat's run. Like, they did a little D&D thing. It was cheesy, about the right amount of cheesy you would hope for. And the tavern that they went to was Yolanda's tavern. It was so good.
So, Nyalitu did make it through that other level, right? So now they're also in Chinatown. So that's still the place to check, right? How can that be a big push? I don't think anybody is going to beat Jakazam, right, at this point, or ConcaveDown. I just don't think we have the time for that.
I think you're right. But they have still all, like, this is what you do in Kusog7ande. Even if you feel like you've fallen behind, keep pushing, keep trying. There might be a miracle. There might not be, and that's fine, you know? Your goal is to push against your own personal best because you do not know how everybody else is doing. Okay, people are saying Windows M. Does that
Yeah, we'll
make
minimize
everything? Okay.
Hopefully.
Does it also unminimize everything?
I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I guess maybe chat will give me all of the deets because I would really like that. Ah! Oh, Windows D definitely does unminimize per chat. Okay, thank you for all the Windows hacks here. I'm now gonna hack into your computer using Windows D. Hey, you didn't see that coming, huh? Windows D, Windows D, Windows D. Yeah. Y'all didn't know I had those kinds of exploits, did ya?
Oh.
But you know what I can also do? As soon as the hour hits, I can hit time! No! Corndan, it was so close. It was so...
You were 1 frame off. You missed that 1 frame window.
I don't even know if I was 1 frame off because my computer runs at 60 FPS, and that's hundredths. So I was technically less than a frame off.
So, well, but we don't know because that doesn't go to thousands, right? Because 1 frame is 16 milliseconds. Right, which would be 0.016.
60 FPS! 60 FPS, that's 100th is less than 1/60th. I'm gonna go ahead and say that is, it's all about the subframes, okay? I just didn't get the subframe, and that's fine. I'll go ahead and live. Well, everybody, the match is over. Robocop lives to fight another day. Big surprise, he's a robot. Well, part robot, part human. 100% cop and justice. And very shiny, too. Honestly, I wish I had a shiny Robocop in my life. Oh, and we have a victor today, Jakazam. Let me go ahead and welcome them in. See if she wants to chat. Come chat in general if you want. This was a very impressive showing. Like, we still didn't get to see much more of the game than we saw the previous time. It's just we got to that part earlier than we had any other time, and that was really, really neat. And here she is, Jakazam, hello!
Oh, that goes right down the middle.
Yeah, it goes right down the middle, for sure.
Right down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jakazam, we have Corn Child in the background playing some pinball, so you might hear a little bit of fun there. Let's talk to you, though. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, doing great. This was so much fun to watch, and honestly, it was a very close match. ConcaveDown almost passed you because you know the very last platform you got to and then backtracked and fell into the pit.
I fell into it from the other side.
From the left. And
Wow.
it was that difference that gave you the victory.
Wow.
You got there first, and even on pixels, that was more progress. Because you technically made it to the platform after that.
Yeah, it was so cool, though. Seriously, great job. Yeah, what are your thoughts about this game?
It was fun. I enjoyed it. I didn't think that I won when I went on that second attempt and got as far as I did. I was like, yeah, somebody definitely got further than I did because I just got here way too fast. But yeah, the game was fun. I'm glad I
was
discovered
impressed.
that jumping is faster than walking.
Yeah, I was actually really impressed that after you took the game over, just how far you were able to come back, right, in the last, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of just threw caution to the wind there because I knew it's like if I don't go just absolutely ignore everything, go really fast through this, then it doesn't matter because I made it so far the first time, so I just kind of went for it.
Yeah, I think that was absolutely the right move. You never know if you're going to manage to stumble into something that speeds things up. You also know that you've learned a lot since your previous attempt, and because of that, levels are going to go a lot faster than they had before. It wasn't quite enough for you to get back to where you were, but I was thinking that you might be able to get there. Like, you approached it the right way, I thought.
Yeah, it was the only way I could go for it there.
Yeah. Corndan is very adamant in saying this is the best Robocop game that we have had on Kusog7ande. We're not thinking about Robocop Arcade because that might be a little bit better than every single other one. I still feel like the NES prototype that was not released as well might be better than this one, but it's honestly probably just a difference in taste here. Have you played any Robocop games?
Despite being in Kuso a few times in the past, this is my first RoboCop game.
Oh, well, yeah, welcome to the club.
Yeah, I'm finally officially a part of the Kuso group, I guess.
Yeah,
Like
not
everybody
only...
needs to play RoboCop.
I'd say so.
I
Honestly,
think
this is probably one of the more enjoyable versions that you can get. I still think Robocop 3 for Super Nintendo
Surprise.
is the worst. I hate it so much.
It's bad. That one's bad. The RoboCop 3 for Amiga and DOS is also kind of bad.
The Korean bootleg Robocop is bad, but also it's so good.
It's bad, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's one that, like, everybody should play one day because it is so funny. Oh, but yeah, Jakazam, have you been doing anything else these days? Gaming-wise, any fun games that you've been playing or any not fun games you've been playing?
I have not been doing too much gaming. I've had things going on in my personal life. Good things, but
Oh,
didn't
good!
have time for gaming.
Bye.
Surprise! I agree. Yeah, that's sort of how I
Here's the
feel
thing,
occasionally.
You can't even hear any of our conversation.
Yeah,
Right?
it fits in
so anything he
perfectly.
says that feels like it fits in is completely coincidental.
I love it so much. Well, you know what? There's always games to come back to after you get through all of the good stuff that's going on in real life. Hopefully, I've been having a lot of stuff happen as well. I'm glad that, like, now that I'm post-surgery and mostly recovered, just a little bit of pain left that I'm getting over. Like, hopefully I can start getting back into everything that I want to do because there's a lot. But yeah, I'm glad that things are going pretty well for you. And again, congratulations. It looks like at this point you have 30 points, which we expect to be the cutoff for making it into the bracket. So you're probably back yet again.
Without the tiebreaker. 30 points should make it in.
30 points should
Without
make it
needing
into
to do the 20-way Batman match again.
You don't want to be Batman?
I don't want to be Batman.
I want to be Batman. Oh, come on. You can be you can be that. Oh,
I'd mute my mic, but this is more entertaining.
this is pretty good. Jakazam, thank you so much. It's really exciting to have you back getting into the bracket. And, like, I was watching this match and I'm like, I'm betting. I didn't put money on it, but I would have put money on it. Not, like, maybe $20. I don't know. I'm not rich. Yeah, I would have. You were my bet. I would have put channel points on you. And I'm glad you came through.
Me too.
Yeah, seriously, congratulations to everybody else who played as well, especially the one who kept it very close, ConcaveDown, because that got very exciting when you were there towards the end. It was a lot of fun. Well, I think that's all that we have for you today. Thank you so much, Jakazam. Thank you, corndan. We've got 3 more matches coming up, so we'll go ahead and start getting ready for those. Take care, friends.
Bye.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for the game. It was fun.
Yay! Bye, Jakazam. Everybody, Kusog7ande, the VAD video game tournament, is on its 7th year. We're here just having a lot of fun. Thank you to all of the GMs who have volunteered to help give games out. I used to choose every single game for Kusog7ande and schedule every match. And as it turns out, that's a heck of a lot of work. It's really helpful to have a group who can help dish out the suffering here. So seriously, thank you to everybody who helps. With that said, if you want to help support the stream, if you want to go ahead and help support prizes, and if you want to just help me eat burritos, you're always welcome to subscribe, help, you're not required to. There are other ways that you can help, including, what is it? Following, watching, commenting, letting friends know about what's happening, making clips of the stupid things that get said on this channel and sharing it with friends. All of it's good. All of it's good, in my opinion.